Daniel sat on the weathered bench in Harmony Park, his shoulders hunched against the weight of an emptiness that had nothing to do with Earth's reduced gravity. The biodome stretched overhead, its transparent alloy panels filtering the harsh Martian sunlight into something almost Earth-like. Almost, but nothing here was truly like home anymore. His hands trembled as he clutched the holocube, his mother's last message, recorded 3 weeks before the transport accident that had left him orphaned on this red planet, millions of kilometers from everything he'd known. He'd played it 17 times today alone. Her voice, her smile, the way she'd promised everything would be all right. All of it just photons and data now. A soft rustling caught his attention. Through blurred vision, Daniel noticed a small figure approaching, no taller than a human child of 6 or 7, but decidedly not human. Her skin held an opalescent quality, shifting between pale lavender and soft blue depending on the light. 3 delicate fingers on each hand. Eyes too large, too knowing, reflecting the amber glow of the artificial sunset the park's environmental systems generated each evening. Jassy had been watching the sad human for nearly an hour from behind the crystalline trees, genetically modified Earth aspens that had been adapted to grow in Martian soil. She'd seen tears before, of course. Her species, the Velathi, cried too, though their tears evaporated instantly into a faint mist that smelled of copper and rain. But this human's grief felt different, heavier, more profound, like the deep core sadness her grandfather had explained existed in species who lived such brief lives yet loved so intensely. Her mother had taught her about humans, how they'd arrived on Mars desperate and brilliant, their Earth dying behind them, how they formed attachments that could shatter them, how sometimes kindness was the only universal language that mattered. "Don't cry, sir," Jassy whispered, her voice carrying that melodic quality all Velathi possessed, like wind through crystal chimes. She stood beside the bench, her small frame barely reaching Daniel's shoulder. "You can borrow my mom." Daniel blinked, startled. He quickly wiped his face, embarrassed to be caught in such a vulnerable moment. "What?" "Your mom," Jassy said, pointing at the holocube with one delicate finger. "She's gone to the next spiral, yes. My mother says humans keep their loved ones here." She touched her chest, but sometimes the weight is too heavy to carry alone. The girl's standard English was flawless, though her accent made certain words sing. Daniel stared at her, this impossible little alien child who'd somehow perceived his deepest pain. I don't understand," he managed. Jassy tilted her head, and the bioluminescent patches along her temples, marks of youth in her species, glowed softly. "Among my people, when someone loses family, they borrow others. Grief shared is gravity reduced. My mother is very good at being borrowed. She's helped 6 people this cycle already." Despite everything, Daniel felt a strange bubble of something that might have been laughter or maybe just surprise catch in his throat. "Your mother helps strangers." "Everyone is strange until they're not," Jassy said matter-of-factly. "She's a grief tender, it's her purpose, and you're very sad." She paused, studying him with those enormous eyes. "I'm Jassy. I'm 47 cycles old. That's almost 8 of your Earth years. What's your designation?" "Daniel," he said quietly. "I'm 16. "A youth adult?" Jassy nodded sagely. "Still in the transforming time. That makes loss harder. Your neural pathways haven't finished forming their grief processing channels." Daniel blinked. This child, this alien child, was discussing neuroscience as casually as Earth kids discussed playground games. "How do you know about that?" "Mother teaches me," Jassy said. "I'm studying to be a grief tender too someday. It's important work. Every species in the collective loses people. Every species needs help remembering that love doesn't end, it just changes form, like matter to energy. The first law of thermodynamics, yes." Daniel found himself nodding slowly. Around them, the park's evening cycle continued. Other families, human, Velathi, and the insectoid crics, moved through the manufactured twilight. Children played near the fountain that recycled water in an endless, mesmerizing loop, life somehow continuing. "My mom died 3 months ago," Daniel heard himself say. "Transport crash, micrometeorite puncture that the shields didn't catch. She was everything. And now I'm here with my uncle who works 16-hour shifts at the terraform processors, and I'm just alone, so alone." Jassy reached out and placed her small, 3-fingered hand on his. Her skin felt cool, slightly rough, like touching polished stone. "You're not alone. You're here, in Harmony Park with me, and soon with my mother if you want." She pulled out her own device, a Velathi calm crystal that pulsed with inner light. Mother, I found someone who needs borrowing. Can you come to the park? Yes, the east benches. His name is Daniel and his mother is in the next spiral. A pause. Yes, very recent. Thank you, mother. She looked up at Daniel. She's coming. She'll bring tea. We have the earth kind now, real chamomile grown in the agricultural domes, and she'll sit with you. You can tell her about your mom or not. You can just be sad near someone who understands sadness, whatever you need. Why are you doing this? Daniel asked, his voice cracking. You don't even know me. Jassie's expression, so alien yet somehow perfectly readable, softened into something that transcended species. Because you're hurting. Because my mother taught me that the universe is vast and cold and full of dark matter we can't see or touch. But between all that darkness there are small lights. We can be lights for each other. It's the only thing that matters, really, being lights. In the distance, Daniel saw another Velathi approaching, taller, more graceful, with the full bioluminescence of adulthood creating soft patterns across her skin. She carried a thermal container and wore an expression of infinite patience. And for the first time in 3 months, Daniel felt something other than the crushing void. Not happiness, that was still too far away, but perhaps the possibility of it. A hairline crack in the darkness where light might eventually enter. Thank you, he whispered to the little alien girl who'd seen his tears and offered the most precious thing she had. Jassie squeezed his hand gently. That's what lights do, she said simply. We shine.